Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody. So, where am I? I'm in the attic today. What am I doing in the attic, I can hear you ask. Well, the house we're currently living in was built in 1959. It's now 2021, January, nearly February. And it leaks heat for a pastime. Also, the attic is kind of being a bit of a dumping ground for all the stuff that we might need one day. But then on top of that, it's got joists that are 75 mil deep. Some of them had some insulation in, most of them didn't. And the insulation that was put in there it looks like rock wool, but about 50 mil, if that, probably 50 years old. So it had to go. So, about a week or so ago, I started the project and decided, right, now's the time. We're all locked down, we're not allowed out. Now's the time to get it done. So every evening for the last week, I've been coming up and just doing a little bit, chipping away at it, and just focusing on one side initially. So for the first few days, it was kind of ripping out what was there. I've managed to fill up the garage, which I'll show you in a second. Fill up the garage with bags and boxes and absolutely tons of stuff has come out. Initially, it was quite a task because I was balancing on the joists. I had a few boards that were already up here that I could use, and so I was balancing, just trying to build a frame, a platform that I could actually work off. So I read the insulation requirements. Building regs now specifies that you need 270 mil. So I've actually gone a little bit further than that. I've put 100 mil down of top-up insulation or base insulation, and then 200 mil of rock wool insulation on top of that. We've got a few spotlights that I've covered with spotlight covers. And then on top of that, so what I've done is we've got 75 mil of joist. I've added a 50 mil packer, and then I've added a 175 mil loft riser to get it up to the required height. So I'll show you what I've done. Initially, when I started fitting them, I was fitting them all in situ, which was an absolute nightmare because you'd be in a plank position across multiple joists, drilling one hand, screwing the other, screwing everything down, fitting it together. So what I did earlier on, I'll show you, if you can see in the box there, what I did during the week in the evenings was actually fitted the riser to the batten. The batten's 200 mil batten, so I fitted the riser to the batten. So then what I do is I put two screws in either side before I'm going to fit it. The screws are 80 mil screws, and then that screws onto the joist, and then that gives me the height for the insulation, and then I can build the platform on top of it. The other thing I found was that nowhere has got the pre-cut tongue-grooved loft boards. I think everybody's had the same idea. So what I've done instead is I've bought sheets of OSB, so 18 mil OSB. So it's 2.4 meters by 1.2, or just over. And then I'm cutting them down with a circular saw in the garage and then bringing them up. Probably a good thing I did that, because what I've found so far is, I think with it being an older house, the span between the joists isn't the same. So I'll give you an example. I thought that the span between them was 440 mil. I had a few like that. I've just cut the next set of joists the same, and I've had to trim off 20 mil because the joist centers aren't the same. So if I pan around and I'll show you what I've done so far. So you've seen the box of goodies that need to be fixed to the joists. So what I've done is, so I've got this platform that I'm working on so far. This is now has made my life absolutely lovely, because it means I can work from here and I can just work forward. So what you'll see is we've got a nice little platform that goes up to the wall here. I think I've done 1, 2, 3 on my 4th set of boards. I've put the insulation down, that's the rock wall 200mm, and you'll see over there there's a section where it's got the 100mm, that base layer. When I did these bits here, I put stupidly put the joist, the loft risers in first, and then it meant I had to cut all the insulation around the loft risers, which is a nightmare. So what I've done now is the rolls of the 100mm insulation, the brown stuff over there, that does quite a lot, one of those rolls, whereas the rolls of the rock wool, 200mm rock wool, they do a lot less, probably because they double the thickness. So what I've done is I've kind of insulated all the way up to the loft hatch, pretty much insulated all the way up to the loft hatch with the 100mm stuff between the joists. And then all I did earlier on was I just pretty much unrolled a roll of the rock wool 200mm, packed it into the edge under here, and then just rolled it out. And the plan for today is to board over the top of the completed insulation, and then I'm going to call it a day, I think, because I'm knackered. But you'll see the state of the loft over that side, and as I said, I'll show you the what's come out so far and is in the attic. But we had 2 water tanks in here that the builders and the plumbers decided to leave. They're so nice, so nice. The electrics are just an absolute spaghetti, which I've managed to untangle it as much as I can, but I know electricians are messy, dirty buggers, but crikey, I think the ones we used are particularly bad. Comment in down below if you want information on who did our build and who did our plumbing and who did our electrics. And the plan is, I've started here. I've got to work round the loft hatch. I've then got to raise the ladder. We've got a ladder in place. Raise the loft hatch up to the new floor level in here, and then I'm just working my way forward. Once I've worked up to the loft hatch, it should be much better, because then I can unroll the insulation and cut it if I need to. Just makes life so much easier. It means I'm not being a bit of a ballerina and trying to be twinkle toes over the joists. Mrs. B's already commented that there are a few cracks in the ceiling below. She actually commented on that when I was in a plank position with a screw in my mouth, with the drill in one hand, trying not to fall through the plasterboard, and she kindly called upstairs to say, "There's a crack in the ceiling," which is all good, but that'll be fixed once this is done, I'm sure. Yeah, you'll notice I've got the hoover up here as well, because the builders, when they did the building work, they managed to infest the house with rats because they didn't seal off the drains, so they came in. They then didn't seal off the chimney, which is behind me, so they just came straight up to the loft and had a party up here. So I had to get the hoover up here and hoover up all the rat poop, which is lovely, but that's all gone. And you'll see over there you've got loads of black like insulation that I think was wrapped around the water tanks. And there's a few old chipboard boards that I think, to be honest, are just years old. So I'm going to get rid of them. I found a train ticket up here that was dated 1989, and it was a train ticket from Chippenham to Bristol Temple Meads, and it cost 10p. So that's inflation for you. But I'm going to end this video now. I'm going to finish. I'm going to screw that board down there. I'm then going to cut the boards to go in here. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe four left, maybe 3, and then I'm done. I think done for the day. But I'll see you next time. Have fun. Bye.